All right, good evening, traders. Today is November 11th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. You can see right there's my name. There's the BYOB Trading Room. You can reach us at byobtrading.com. You can see my email, john@byobtrading.com. And there's my YouTube. And I also have a Facebook. Hey, Trader Chick. Hey, Bob T. Happy to be here. Awesome, thank you. All right, so that's what I do. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room, and I take trades every day in front of you. All right, I just trade right in front of you. You can see what I'm doing. There's no mystery. I don't hide anything. It's available for you to see any and all times. I just wish you'd come in and make some money alongside of me. That would be awesome. Again, my success is dependent on your success. If you're not successful, then neither am I. And I do, free little 10, 15-minute coaching segments with anybody who's not turning a profit. And I got to tell you, I'd be surprised if you don't turn a profit in the BYOB Trading Room. I mean, I just did 5,000 today. I did, I don't know, what was it, 9,000 on Friday, 14 on Thursday. I'd be surprised if you don't make money in the BYOB Trading Room. And if you're in there and you're not making money, all you got to do is get with me, because I'd be happy to turn your trading around. That's all I want, is for you to be successful. All right? So, again, thank you for... Something's going on. There we go. All right, thank you for being here. I believe your time is valuable. The session's going to be recorded. You're going to find it in the resources. PowerPoint's available if you just email me. You can find me on YouTube, and you'll see it on the Hit and Run Candlesticks resources page. Okay? This trading involves risk. It's not suitable for anyone. No communication from us should be considered as financial or trading advice. All the information provided by Hit and Candlesticks Incorporate, or Hit and Run Candlesticks Incorporate, and its affiliates or representatives is intended for educational purposes only. You're advised to test all new approaches prior to implementing it. Hey, on that note, I got nothing against you starting out with paper trading. Okay? There's nothing wrong with paper trading until you learn the flagship strategies in each room. And let me just say, Doug's got a bunch of flagship strategies. Rick has a bunch of flagship strategies. I have a bunch of flagship strategies. And we urge you all to try it on paper before committing real money. And when you do commit real money, let me just say, if you're going to commit money, do little bits at a time. Make sure your account is growing. If your account's not growing, you need to immediately stop and figure out what went wrong. And that's why I say you want to try this out on paper first. All right? Again, past performance does not equal future results. Okay? Sound is in and out. I am sorry about that. Let me refresh. Audio is bad. Not a problem. Let me refresh the room here, and let's try it again. I'm going to reload the page. What I'm doing here is really going to make a difference in your trading. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And again, the presentation. I don't know why this kind of drags my... There it goes. I have to go on here. All right. Okay, wicks and tails. We study the price action because the wicks and tails always give you clues. All right. So I want to show you some examples of wicks. Okay. Wicks is, this is the body, is that fat colored section. Okay. That's the body. Okay. That little line that goes up above, that's what I call a wick. Okay, so there's a wick, there's a little wick right there, and there's a wick there, okay? And where's the tails? Tails are under the body, okay? So that's a tail, that's a tail, that's a tail, Okay, so you know where the wicks and you can see where the tails are. Okay, wicks tell us where sellers are. Okay, when you see a wick, you can see sellers. Sellers, look at this. The sellers are up here and they start off, and look at what they do. They create this big red candle to the downside. All right, and the tails show us where the buyers are. Okay, so we would say that there would be resistance, okay, would be like right up here, because that's where the sellers are. Okay, and then support would be, well, on top of this wick, right there. You see where the buyers stepped in and supported the price action. So you've got sellers and buyers. All right, this is what the wicks and tails show you. Okay, now you can't see them. This happens to be a 30-minute chart. You might have to flip through different time frames to find your wicks and tails. Now, if you notice on this right here, there's no wick. But if you squeezed that 30-minute segment into that 30-minute segment and made one hourly candle there, okay, what you'd see in that bearish reversal is a wick. Again, sellers right there. Okay, that's what you'd see. Now, if you look closely, you can barely see it. Right here, you can see 1, 2, 3 wicks. They're faint, but they're there. Okay, so they're showing you that's where the sellers are. And notice we come up a little further and we try to pop through that resistance right there, and we fail right there. Kind of fail right where those wicks are. We try to pop through them, and you can bet there's a chance if it's going to fail, it's probably going to fail right there. Okay, so buyers look for the tails, sellers look for the wicks. All right, look for the bearish engulfing. Okay, look for the bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing showing you buyers are down below. Bearish engulfing showing you sellers up above. Okay, now I go through different time frames to find these. I don't just stick, even though I trade a 10-minute chart day after day after day, all right? I will go to a 5-minute or a 3-minute at the open, and there's a reason. People say, "Hey John, why are you on a 3-minute chart?" Because I want to see where the buyers and sellers are showing up first thing in the morning, okay? That's what I want to see. I might not see them on a 3 or a 5, or I might see them on a 10, or I might not even see them on a 10 or a 15, and I have to drill down to a 3 or a 5 just to find them, okay? That's what I want to see every morning, all right? I want to see where my 2-day anchored VWAP is, all right? And now if I'm above that, I want to know, am I going to run into sellers? I'm expecting to run into some sellers, but I want to know if it's going to be like a battery of sellers, or is this going to be a selling program for the day? In other words, I'm going to see a descending wick program show up, and then I'm going to get a move to the downside, all right? So what do the wicks show us? They show us where the sellers are. See the bearish engulfing candles? All right? They show us where the sellers are. See where the tails show up? That's where the buyers show up. All right? That's where the buyers are. Okay? You see the bullish engulfing candles? That shows you the buyers are down below there. All right? So day after day, I'll go through. Now, as I approach resistance from up above, and people have seen me do this in the trading room because I practice this right in front of them. I drill down to the 5 or the 3-minute, and I'm no longer on the 10. Why? Because I want to see the reversal. I don't want to be late for getting out of my long calls, okay? I want to see if the bulls have enough gusto to break through the sellers, or I'm expecting a reversal to happen there, and I'm looking for it to happen. So I want to see it on the smaller time frame happen first, so I can decide if I want to play it in the opposite direction as price reverses from up there. All right. Now my favorite pattern of all patterns, okay, is the move up and then price holds. Okay. I love that move. Move up and then price holds the higher ground. That is so attractive to me, especially in a bullish stock or a bullish security or index that I love trading. When I see that, if it's bullish on the bigger time frame and it shows up for me on a 3, a 5, a 10, or a 15, okay, when I see that, it's like, I don't know if you guys watched, Warner Brothers on Saturday mornings, okay, but I did as a kid. All right, it's when Bugs Bunny walks over the gold, he gets all that kind of shake and jitters and kind of stuff. Well, he gets excited. Well, that's what I like to find. Move up and hold that higher ground. Okay, for me, that is so attractive, and that makes me want to, because I know pretty much 7 times out of 10, I'm going to get another move to the upside. All right? 7 times out of 10. Either that or they're going to try, and then they're going to come back. All right? And then I'll have to just get out. All right? But I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that to happen. That move up and then over to the right. Okay? In other words, they move up and they hold the higher ground. Okay? Same thing on the reverse is the hockey stick. Move down and then over to the right. Okay? That's what I like to see. Okay? Because I know there's a good possibility we're going to get another move to the downside. All right? As long as I don't see exhaustion, all right, I'm looking for the next move down. All right? If I see exhaustion, then there's a good chance, no, I'm not looking for that. Okay? And that's why this presentation has been labeled Wicks and Tails and Huge Candles, because it's all going to come together for you when you understand it. All right? So let's just say, like here's a pretty good sized candle. If you stack those two together, and then you've got a big candle up here at the top. All right? At one time, this was a big green candle, and the body was all the way up here. Okay? So that was a huge green candle. Right into what? Resistance. All right? Chances are that's the end of the move, unless they can get up here and hold. Notice they couldn't hold. You see that? They couldn't hold. And what did we get? A big red candle to the downside. All right? Igniting a move lower down to this tail. Okay, you see that? Okay, so the big candle at the end, right into the resistance, wound up being the end of the move. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, ascending tail pattern. Why ascending tail pattern? Buyers, 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 more buyers, okay? What do we get? I like that, because when I see ascending tail pattern, I know there's a good chance buyers are going to support price up for another $1 or $2 on the SPY. By the way, SPY is my favorite product to trade, okay? If you don't know that already, that's all I trade pretty much, is SPY options, okay? So you can see an ascending tail pattern. The tails get higher and higher. In other words, they don't come down as low as the first tail down here. They keep getting higher and higher, and pretty much it builds up it builds up pressure. And when that pressure builds up, then you get an explosion to the upside, which is what you got here. I'm on a 5-minute chart. You don't see quite the explosion, but you can see that it does move up as we start from a location of right here and we end, well, we go even further than that, but I mean, you can see we go up there. All right, you can see from here up. I'm expecting a move up when I see ascending tail pattern. Now notice this one did not happen at the open. It happened in the morning, right about 10:15, 10:30. When I see this open up, that gives me confidence to buy more calls to go higher. Okay? Gives me confidence to reload or to add to go higher because I'm seeing this ascending tail pattern. All right? Let's try the next one. Another ascending tail pattern. Okay? You can see this is Pfizer. This is the open. You can see they gap down, but look at the price action. The tails keep rising. In other words, they don't go down as far as the first one. They keep rising, rising, rising. And you can see price moves from this location down here up to a location up here. Okay, so ascending tail pattern. I like that. Okay, that's something that I look for. Buyers, buyers, buyers. We try to come down, and guess who shows up? More buyers. We try to come down, and what do we get? Bullish engulfing, more buyers, right? You guys picking this up? They're showing you where the buyers are. See that? That's important because that's where you know you have support right through there because the buyers are showing up. Let's try the next one. Okay, descending wick. Now, this one, I bought 50 puts this morning based on a descending wick pattern. Okay, I see a wick. I see a bearish engulfing, which to me equals another wick. I see a move up and another move back. Another wick in my eyes. A move up and another move back. Another wick in my eyes. It may not happen as fast as these two candles, but all in all, it's the same thing. It's just taking a little bit longer for it to work out. And you can see the height gets slower and lower and lower, and pretty soon you get the push to the downside. Descending wick. So I bought 50 puts, and you can see it's pretty easy to get to 5,000 when you buy 50 puts and price drops a couple dollars. Okay? See that? That was this morning. Piece of cake. All right? Descending wick pattern. When I observe bearish engulfing candles adjacent to green candles, I count that occurrence as a wick. All right? And if it happens to be descending lower than the previous wick, well, then that just falls right into my pattern. All right? You see what I'm laying out here? Descending wick into the void down here. All right? So that's what I played this morning. Let's try the next one. Ascending tail. This happened in the middle of the day. Let's try another one. Okay, igniting move lower. All right, here's a big candle. All right, big candle ignites the move lower. Big candles are the ones that speak the loudest because they have the most, typically have the most volume wrapped up inside them. Okay, it's a big candle as in bigger than the last 30 to 50 candles. Okay. You see a bigger red candle over here to the left. I know I'm not showing you the whole picture, but all in all, it's a big red candle. You see that? That ignites the move lower, okay? Now I'm on a 3-minute chart. Okay? Look at this sucker right here. Big red candle does what? Signals the exhaustion. The move is probably over as we come right into support. All right? All right? And this is where I told traders this morning, possible exhaustion as we came into this purple line, which is very faint. I know it's almost invisible, but it's right there. It happens to be the 3-day anchored VWAP. So price comes down, breaks through these buyers here. Notice there were buyers there, and comes and tags the 3-day anchored VWAP right there, and then possibility it's going to reverse. So here's price action. We played it from here down to here. Okay, this is the same chart. All happened today. Okay, notice big candles, signals. The down move is possibly coming to an end soon. Okay, big red candle down. We don't have bullish engulfing yet. Okay, now I see a 3-candle exclamation point on the end of the move. All right, you got a little red candle, a medium candle, and then a big red candle down here. That's the exclamation point on the end of the move. Now, I've seen this happen, I don't know, a couple dozen times, all right, that I've seen after the big red candle or a big green candle, they put a 3-candle exclamation point on the end of it to signal it's done. All right. Dahl asked me a question, and the question is, did you buy short-term options for the descending SPY trade? No, I did not. Well, it depends on what you call short-term options. All right. What I bought was 4 DTEs. I prefer options that expire on Friday because, Dahl, I have the most open interest, okay? I like open interest because it provides more liquidity, all right? I don't have a lot of liquidity to provide to the market, but the institutions do. So I want to see where the institutions are laying their bets or their trades, all right? And I want to ride right alongside them. So I see that on Fridays, there's a lot of open interest in the market. And so I tend to pick Friday expirations on my options most all the time on SPY. I've really gotten away from doing zeros and ones, okay? Now, not to say I won't hold my 4 DTE until Friday if it happens to be moving in the right direction, and it might be a 0 come this Friday, okay? So it might be a 0 that I'm trading or working with on Friday, but it was not my intention. It just happened to be that the price continued into the direction that was that I wanted it to move into. In other words, the upward direction. So, because I had some calls on this Friday that wound up being 0 DTEs that really started out as being 11 DTEs weeks ago before getting to 600. All right, so we had some calls that I was dealing with that happened to be 0 DTEs because I was telling traders in my room and in my service, you know, I really see a path to SPY 600, and I think we're going to get there. All right, I can really see that path opening up pretty soon. We just need to consolidate right through here, and then I think we get a breakout, and we did. All right, and you can see we found our way to 600 this morning. You can see here 600. You can see the candle goes up through it. All right, so there's SPY 600. And I've been talking about this for a long time now, okay? I'm just going to say that I haven't seen any exhaustion candles, And if I take a look at the igniting move on the SPY, we've got a possible $20 to $30 exhaustion candle coming. All right. Now, I don't know if CPI is going to be the day that it's going to do it. I don't know which day it's coming, but we've got a possible $20 to $30 exhaustion candle to the upside is coming to us. That's what I see, and that's what I'm hoping for. I don't know that that's going to happen, but based on prior price action, I can see price getting parabolic to the upside, in which it's just going to move straight up, almost like for $20 in that one day, or maybe $30 over the course of 2 days. All right, so that's what I see coming, because what we had was a lot of inflation. All right, and you know what inflation does? It raises the prices of all the goods and services that are sold. So when inflation, all right, raises the prices of everything, well, that adds more to the top line of all these companies. Now, all these companies trade typically on a multiple, and the multiple is determined by how much earnings they do per year. All right, now if you raise the price of your product, you're going to have more revenue coming in, and hopefully, if management's got its act together, you can you'll have more earnings. And once you see more earnings, you're going to get a pop in price for, you see, that's why these indexes are moving to new all-time highs right now. And it's because of that inflation, all right? It's the fact that they're all earning more money now because inflation has allowed them to price their stuff higher, and they're able to make more money. And because of that, they're making more earnings. And with the more earnings, they're becoming profitable. The ones that were kind of borderline are now profitable, and the ones that were profitable before are becoming even more and more profitable. So you can see. And Mel asked a question, John, so you were buying long scalp quite confused for this Friday SPY? I bought a few. I left my my positions available to see on screen too. I didn't buy a lot, but I have some. Into the close right here, when I saw this, the exhaustion candle, I began to buy a few calls. Okay, Friday, of course, and I bought some 603s, and I already had the 597, so I added a few of those. All right, and you'll see it in, if you go to screen 2. All right, when we open up tomorrow morning, you'll see all my positions on screen 2. All right, they're no longer on the trading screen. They're located on screen 2 if you want to see all the positions and all the trades that I've done. Okay, so let's go to the next candle. Okay, 3 candle exclamation point on the end of the move, and I've seen this a couple dozen times. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, here's ACLO. All right, biggest green candle into resistance. How do we know this was resistance? Okay, just go back here and look. Here's ACLO. See the wick? All right, biggest green candle into resistance. The move is temporarily over, maybe permanently over for a while. All right, sellers, bearish engulfing. You see that? Sellers, bearish engulfing. Biggest green candle at the end of the move. All right, so they're going to sell, and you can see you get a move to the downside, and we don't recover. We didn't recover today. We may recover tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, remember, this is a stock that started at $5 a share. So, and it's gone all the way to 25. So that's a 5-bagger in a short amount of time. All right, so I'm just going to say thank you for being here tonight, but that's not the end. All right, we can go take a look at some charts. All right, I'll just escape from this. All right, so we can take a look at some charts, and you can see where Oclo started. Okay, and you can see Oclo started down here at $5. All right, and it went all the way up there. So you got a double top up there on the 30-minute. All right, Oclo earnings this week, so buyers are not getting excited. Yeah, before earnings. Yeah, I don't blame them. Who wants to be holding going into earnings? All right, I believe it. All right. Another one that worked out this morning was DNB. All right, here's an igniting move. Now, when you see a move like this, all right, when I see a move like this, I take my drawing tool, all right, and I fill it in, all right. It started from down here, and I fill in that candle. Okay. Now, look at that candle. Is that not the biggest green candle you ever seen? Right, for DNB, it is. All right, if you fill it in from the bottom, clear up to here, that 30-minute candle is huge. All right, so there's an igniting move. All right, get a little pause, pull back to support, and then you just see price action move to the upside. Now, I was telling traders this morning that DNB, all right, to keep an eye on it because chances are you're going to get a nice move today. And that was based on, let's take a look at it. See the ascending wick, ascending tails right through here? You guys picking this up? Tail. Hopes if I get my arrows. Tail. Tail, 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 tail. Look at this. See? I saw this. This candle had not formed. I had said that there's a good chance we're going to go up and probably challenge what's over there to the left. See? You got an ascending tail. That makes that like the biggest green candle you've ever seen for DNB. Thanks, Ed. Yeah. Let me just say, okay, we got trials. If you haven't taken a trial for BYOB, I mean, we got $7 trials. I'll be surprised if you don't get $7 worth of education from me or make $7 in my room. Matter of fact, I'll be surprised if you don't make a couple $100 in my room. All right, and I mean like a week. All right, in a week. I'll be surprised if you don't make $7 in one day. I am here and I am committed to making you a success, and I hope you take me up on it. But I trade every day. I share everything that I do. I don't hide anything. I just want you to succeed. That's what it comes down to. There's nothing more than that, okay? I'm the teacher. You're the student. Do I trade futures? Yes, I do. I love futures. I think I was in a futures trade today based on big candle igniting moves and other moves. I'm trying to see if I can find my futures account. I don't think I'm in anything right now. But I know I have one open here. There it is. Let me see if I can drag it out. Okay, I did well. Now this is performance. This is $30. It's started at 6 o'clock. But I was in MES. All right. And based on this, see this big red candle to the downside? All right, so I played that long. Right there. Big red candle to the downside. See the descending wicks up above? Played that down to the short side right there. Okay. So what I keep, if you're interested in what I keep on my chart for futures, all right, I have a 20, that's the white one, and I have an 8, that's the yellow one, and then this is VWAP, and then these lines are the pivots. And you can see price typically goes from to a pivot each day. This is the middle ground right there. And you can see that's what I trade. That's the 200. That's all I keep on it. Anything else is just noise. I don't need anything else. And I trade green erases red. All right? Or red erases green. All right? Green erases red or red erases green. I do the same flagship strategies that I teach in the BYOB room. I use them on my futures all the time. See, right now we got a 15-minute downtrend that's about to get closed out here. See that? See the 8 is crossing over the 20. And price action is up here, up near the pivot. And it's above anchored VWAP right there. So what I would do is I would wait to see if an ascending tail program shows up. If it does, then I would buy. But I need to see that ascending tail program happen over VWAP. That's most important, and in an uptrend. We'll see what happens. But I do futures all the time. I trade all night sometimes, especially in the morning where you don't get those moves in the morning because you got options and the options market doesn't open till, I don't know, like 9:30. Okay, so you're stuck with your option and you're like, oh gosh, I wish the option market was open right now. All right, so I could sell these for huge profits. And a lot of times they go up there early in the morning and hit those targets, or they come down late at night and hit those targets. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of missing these moves, so I started futures. Don says, do you trade futures? I answered that. Is that volume profile on the right? Yes. Yes, G. I keep volume profile because you'll see oftentimes price action will revert back to that volume profile. If there's a node of volume that comes out, it's kind of like magnetic, and you'll see price come back to that node oftentimes. And I'll oftentimes, after I see the exhaustion, look for price to come back to that volume node that sticks out on the right-hand side. Yes. Yeah. Been doing this for a little while. I like it. It's a lot of fun, if you ask me. Futures are so much easier. You don't have to pick a strike price. You don't have to pick. You don't have to worry about expiration. It's just buy and sell. It's very easy. It's very volatile, but it's a little bit easier than picking strike prices and worrying about expirations and how much time you got left. All right. But let me just say, if you do your options right, you can make a whole lot more than you do in the futures with less capital laid out. I mean, there was some trades on Friday on SPY. See if I can pull SPY up. Yeah, trades on Friday for SPY, and we were trading these, and there happened to be some 0 DTE futures, okay, that we were picking up for like 6 cents, all right, for it to go to 600, and they were like giving us 100 and 200% inside of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. Okay, we were getting 100% on our trades, not 5%, like 100%, 200% on our trades up there towards 600. So you can make a lot of money with very little capital on options if you know what you're doing. All right. So like I said, I offer my services for like $7 for a trial. I don't think you can get hurt by just coming in and paper trading and learning from me. I think I have a lot to teach. I'm very patient. I only want to help you. That's what it comes down to. So there's SPY. I don't see an exhaustion candle, but if you look at this igniting move from down here and you see the size of that, that's, you're looking at a possible $20 move for an exhaustion candle. So we could be at 620, maybe 630. That's not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised at all. And this is doing all the right stuff. Okay, remember what I said earlier in the webinar? What do I like to see the price do? All right, I like to see price move up and then over to the right. Well, what do you think that's doing? That's doing everything that I want it to do. Okay, when price moves up and then comes back, that's neutral. All right? It's just neutral. That's all it is. There's no edge to the bears. There's no edge to the bulls. Kind of neutral in my eyes. All right? When price moves up and then moves lower, well, then that's bearish. Okay? Because the bulls lost all of this and more. So that's bearish. When the price goes up and holds, that's bullish for me. And that's the type of price action I like to find. When I see price move up and over to the right, this is it. I'm ready to buy because I like that. I like that price action up and over to the right because that tells me there's a good chance there's going to be another move up to the upside. So let me take some questions in the room and find my right here. What scanning do I use to trade candidates? Lee, I don't do too many other trades than SPY. I stick with one. I'm very good at doing SPY, so I kind of stick to that. I use live trading alerts a lot of times to find some scans. I don't know if you've ever been to my Facebook page. I have a whole lot of trades listed out on live trading alerts. I'm just going to share my Facebook with you for a second so you can see some of the trades that are on there that I've shared with traders. If I can just move it up. It's being stubborn, but it's going to go. Here it comes. All right, so here's my Facebook page. It's pretty simple. BYOB Trading.com Trading Club right there. And you can see right here. Scroll down. I know they're here. All right, let's try it again. All right, I don't know what happened. All right, but I know I shared some this morning. All right, so it's coming. Right. Wow, I look like a fool, don't I? Here we are. Walmart, right here. Okay? Right off of live trading alerts. Okay? See the J hook right there? Long trade setting up right there. Long trade setting up. K view right here. All right, see the consolidation breakout? See that? Right up there. Gaps up, and it's about to break out to the upside as it tests this resistance up there. So there's Kenview right there. T-Mobile right here. Okay, looking for this to break out, retest those highs. Give you that tweezer top. Okay, so there's some right there. So I use live trading alerts. ILMN. Right there, you can see price. Green erases red. There's your entry right there. See the arrow? Price goes up. Live trading alerts. Yeah, that's right, Ed. Yeah, they're simpler. That's right. But you can't make as much on futures as you can with options. If you know what you're doing with options, you can make a lot with very little money laid out. Yeah, that's true. So here's some other ones. So this is live trading alerts, and you can get a 14-day trial for free. All right, and that will set that scanner up to find all of these trades, like the J hook, the 3 ace trap, the uptrends that you're looking for. So I use this scanner right here. Okay, Lee, does that help answer your question? Have you ever used live trading alerts? Because we got the professional right here in the room with us right now. Mr. Ed Carter, he can book a little session with Ed Carter. He'll set that thing up for you to find everything you need. Yeah, there you go. 14-day free trial. See that? How many alert screens do I use at once? I use 4, no more than 4, Stefan. That's all I need. I'm a big SPY trader. But you could set up an alert, all right, with IWM, and your universe for that alert would be IWM, Diamond Dow, QQQ, SPY, and maybe FNGU, and only play the uptrends, okay, the 10-minute uptrends inside the 2-hour uptrends, and Ed could set that up for us, all right, where all you would trade would be Diamond Dow, that's the Dow Jones Industrials, all right, all you would trade would be only the 10-minute uptrends, excuse me, inside of a 2-hour uptrend, all right, for just those 5 products, all right, and that would be five indices and 4 indices and 1 ETN. Okay. All right. Any other questions tonight? Anything you want to talk about? I'm talking about wicks and tails. We want to talk about some charts. HPQ, hourly igniting candle, and that's a question. Let's take a look at it. Let's go to the hourly, because that's what you said. Oh yeah, that's like an MMRP. It just happened. Yeah, that's nice. Up, back to the base right here. This holds. You got this holding right through here. Yeah, I would look for this to move up. I would even go to a 2-hour and look for possibly like 3 more 2-hour candles to the upside on this HPU. Yeah, that's igniting. Now that's possibly exhaustion, but because it's retail, I don't think so. All right, it's possible exhaustion. You don't have complete bearish engulfing. And I'm looking at the follow through here. I would look for, because that's resistance right here, Richter, and we broke through, and if that holds, you see the wick, that's sellers. See this? That's a seller. All of this right here, this is a seller. It's a great question. Thanks for bringing it up. Let me get a little thicker. Okay, go up and comes back. So that seller's there. You go up and then back. So that seller's there. So now if it holds right up over here, you see right across the tops of all of that. Just trash all that out and just start right here. Okay, so you know that holds up there. I think you're in for 3 more 2-hour candles to the upside, possibly back up to 38.50. Okay, I like that. That's a nice one. Yeah, I gotta hold support. Okay, gotta hold support. I like the tails down here. Notice buyers showed up right in there on the support line. That's a good sign. And notice price didn't come all the way back. It kind of held up here. I wouldn't worry about those yet, but I think you got 3 more green candles on this 2-hour to the upside. So in other words, maybe like the first 4 hours of the open move to the upside. And let me just say FNGU, all right, which is technology. All right, so if FNGU tomorrow morning, let's just say FNGU, all right, it's kind of got some on the daily. If you're looking at this, that's an inside day. And this is not an inside day to this day, but it's an inside day to this day. So that's 2 inside days in a row. You could be looking at a pop to the upside. And I think that's going to take that Hewlett-Packard, which is also tech, up with it. That's what I think. Just look for that 10-minute candle, that green 10-minute candle to the upside tomorrow morning. Remember, you want that 10-minute uptrend, right? Google. Let's take a look at Google. Google was not doing too good for a while. Yeah, all through here. And then things kind of turned around right here. All right, Google up, J-hook on support right here. Right here, J-hook. Look for this. You got a 2-candle move here, a pause. Look for a 2-candle move to the upside. Google looks good to go higher. Maybe up to right up to there. See that climb? It's going to climb this breakdown candle. That wick up there. It's going to climb that wick. All right, and probably gap fill right there. If it's not gap filled already. Google's bullish. Mel, could I analyze QQQ? Qs are bullish. You know, new all-time high yesterday, moving up, just kind of pausing right now. That's the measured move. You can see we nailed it. See that? See my measured move? Yeah, nailed it. Right there. Qs are bullish. FNGU is going to have a lot of influence on what QQQ does tomorrow morning, Mel. All right, so if FNGU, all right, starts that 10-minute uptrend, all right, so you can see you got into the close, we had a 10-minute uptrend. Okay, so if we get follow through with this 10-minute, see they failed to make a lower low right here. All right, see the failure to make a lower low. So if we get a 10-minute candle up here, break up over this base, well, QQQ is probably going to be climbing this breakdown move right here, FNGU, which is going to have a lot of influence over QQQ. So look for FNGU to come up here tomorrow morning. All right, and then probably hang out and move to the right. Look for like maybe a 1, 2, 3. All right. So you got a 10-minute uptrend, and that's going to have a lot of influence on QQQ. All right. If they continue that 10-minute uptrend. If they don't, well, then maybe another down red day for the QQQ. Does that make sense, Mel? Support 511 on QQQ. Yes, 511 is support. Well, that's where buyers are. Buyers showed up there so far. Okay. Hope we don't come back here, but I see buyers showed up there. Again, biggest red candle at the end of the move. See that? And then we started moving to the upside. Here's the igniting move to the down. And then that finishes it off right there. So you notice on this move, there's 3 candles to move down. The biggest candle is not at the end. And it's kind of telling you that the down move's not over. So if we retrace back to the 50-yard line of the quads, like right here, look for it to fail. And you can see nothing but a descending wick program happen up here. See how the candles speak to you? Igniting, not exhaustion. Back to the 50-yard line, which is the right there. You see that? That's the dotted line right here. So we come back to the dotted line, and you see nothing but wicks. You got bearish engulfing, wick, bearish engulfing, right there. Okay, telling you that this move is not done yet on QQQ, and there we go. And then here's the flush into the big red candle to the downside, right there. And now that's telling you this possibly the end of the move right there. That's on a 10-minute chart. See how the candles speak to you? This is what I want to teach you guys. All right? Bearish engulfing, that's a wick. Bearish engulfing, that's a wick. Okay? Descending wick. Okay? Get a couple puts, make a couple $100. Right there. Another question, Stefan. Any Bitcoin ETF? We were doing this at the close, Stefan. I don't know if you were in the room. I think it was BitX has, let me just see. Yes, BitX has options. And that's an ETF. And that is the Bitcoin 2X strategy. All right, Stefan? Did you get it, Stefan? And BitO, I don't know if BitO has options. BitO. Yep, I got options for that one too. Yep, thanks, Bob T. Thank you. Okay, so Stefan, write those down, BitO and BitX. All right. EVGO, ready for the ready or reverse direction. Lee, EVGO. I think that's on my bullish list. All right, so EVGO, let's just look at this, Lee. All right, so that was probably support. See that 1, 2, 3 right there. Okay, and let's look at where the top was. Okay, see this valley right here? Whenever you see a valley in between two peaks, you can count on that valley being a target most times. See that valley in between two peaks? Now I'm just going to go to SPY. I actually said this in the room today. I'm going to come back to this. And I said, you know, guys, there's a chance that we come back to this valley right here. And I said that's going to be a target. See this valley right there? See that tail? So there's a valley. Now notice, where does this move stop? Right there at the bottom of that valley. Let's watch. I'll put this on there. Isn't that cool? That's a target. Right there. Those valleys that come down like that. So I got to go back to EVGO and work with Lee for a minute. But I'm just showing you that will be a popular target, is that valley between two peaks as a target. So watch for that. As well as, VWAP is also a target. Okay, so let's just trash that. Go back to EVGO. And pick up EVGO on the daily chart. All right, so you're in a 2-hour downtrend. All right, and you're also in a 10-minute downtrend, I would bet. Yeah, 10-minute downtrend, 2-hour downtrend. And where support is, let's just see where support might be. Okay, so you're coming into support. And that's a pretty good size red candle. And that looks like a pause candle right there. So if you wanted to play this to the upside, I would definitely wait for the 10-minute uptrend at a minimum. I prefer to have a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend inside that 2-hour uptrend. Okay, but you're coming into support, and you can see already. See over here? See that? Here's that valley again I was talking about, Lee. Right there. And you can see here's another valley, same spot, right there. It's a popular location right there. And you can see, where does the tail show up? Right there at the valley. All right, so right now it's holding, but I'm not convinced it's going to reverse until I see a bullish engulfing. Does that make sense, Lee? I'm not convinced it's gonna snap back until I see bullish engulfing. But that is support. And I would look for the reversal tomorrow morning on this. Okay, Lee? Just say something like yes or no. And dumplings, Lily. Thanks, Lee. Lily, big red bar followed by green bars long. Lily, let's go take a look. Now, I'm an intraday trader, so I don't know what you guys trade. All right, so I'm going to the daily chart. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. And that's all right. Okay, so this was an exhaustion move to the downside. That was a tweezer bottom right there, right into support, and you're bouncing up. You have a downtrend right here on Lily, okay? It's still there. All right, there's still that downtrend. Now it may come all the way back up to here and hit that downtrend and then fall again. But right now, you've got a double bottom. You've got a 2-hour uptrend. You've got a 10-minute consolidation. All right, so you moved up and you held the higher ground. All right, so as long as they're holding this higher ground, I would look for another move to the upside on Lily. In other words, this is 1, 2, 3. This will probably be a rest, and then look for 2 more to the upside. All right. You got it. Just all you have is a 2-hour, but this is counter trend. Dumplings, recognize that that's counter trend. You don't have an uptrend, not on the daily chart. Okay, I don't even think you have one on the 2-hour chart. Okay. All you'd be playing is an uptrend, and it'd just be a scalp. That's all it is. Actually, I would steer away from it. I'd find something that would be a lot easier. Only because that's just too sloppy to trade. You agree? You know, I think there's some easier trades out there. Like, find something like XLI. Okay, XLI is making new all-time highs. Whenever I see that, go find something, take the hamburger, and go find something else in there that's also making new all-time highs that's optionable. Okay, those are much easier to trade, all right, than to mess around with Lily. All right, same thing with XLF. Okay, traders, don't make this hard on yourselves. This can be really easy. Just don't make it hard. And this is one of the simplest ways to make it easy. Go find something that's making brand new all-time highs, hit the hamburger, and find out who else is making all-time highs with it. Because something's got to be making new all-time highs for this sector to be hitting new all-time highs. Same with XLF, okay? XLF hitting new all-time highs, okay? Hit the hamburger and find something in there that's also making new all-time highs. That would be a lot easier to trade, okay, than to mess around with Lily, that's very confusing. All right? You came way down. You see how far away from the trend you are here? All right? And you're going to play counter trend all the way back up to this, or back up to the valley, because that's a popular target, right? You want to play that back to the valley? You know what I'm saying? I think there's much easier trades to be had, especially if you're going to play with $850 securities. I think it'd be easier to trade SPY, because there's two things that move SPY. All right, it's only two things. Okay, it's this one right here. It's the FNGU. All right, and it's this one right here, T2123. These are the only two things that move the SPY. And if you want to know what moves the Qs, it's FNGU. Okay, this one moves the FNGU, moves the QQQ. Wherever this one goes, QQQ is sure to follow. All right, so if you know where this one's going, if it's green, that means it's moving up. Then you want to find a 10-minute uptrend in the QQQ. That's a much easier trade than trying to figure out Lily's how far it's going to bounce. I'm just saying that I think you should find an easier trade. That's all. All right, traders, it's 9:10, all right? It's getting past my bedtime. Yeah, thanks, Mike Peterson. Thanks, Bob T. Thanks, Dumplings. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Stefan. Thank you, Ed Carter. Thank you for everyone that participated. And I hope you got something out of this, okay? I really do. All right? And all I'm saying is how can I help you? All right? For $7, I mean, that's a steal. All right? That's like Christmas early. All right? Thanks, Billy B. Doll. Johnny M. J. Clark. G. Love it. Love it, guys. Thank you. Again, price action moves up, holds the higher ground. Super attractive to me. Okay? If you walk away with anything, recognize that. Moves up, comes back, that's just neutral. If you walk away with any lesson coming out of tonight, moves up, holds the higher ground, that's attractive to me. Good to be back. Thanks, Dan H. All right, I love it, guys. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. You made my night. I started off with like 20 people in the room. It moved up to 80. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thanks. I'll see a lot of you guys in here in the morning at 8 o'clock. Thank you for being a part of my webinar tonight. I really hope to bring you value every Monday that I do my webinars. I'm coming up. Hey, by the way, open house this Friday. All right, open house this Friday. I'll be have an open room. All right, so look for me on Facebook or on my YouTube videos. You'll find a link. All right, we're going to have an open house this Friday. Come join me. Let's make some profits together. All right, I hope to see you there. Everyone have a wonderful night. Thank you.